How addicted are you to your cell phone? How much time do you spend in front of a screen? Will you let your children do the same? Steve Jobs thought it was not a good idea. So he did not let his children use iPad and iPhone, generally technology. So why? A person who created the iPhone and the iPad does not allow his children to use it or restrict them. Why are we allowing our children to be on it all the time? As a matter of fact, in 2010, a New York Times reporter had a conversation that revealed a lot about the life of the founder of Apple. Nick Belton commented, "Your kids must love the iPad, right?" After the launch of the device, Jobs replied, "They haven't used it." Let me read that again. They have not used it. We limit the amount of technology our children use at home. Let me say that again. Jobs, the creator of Apple products, iPad, iPhone, Apple Watch, he says he limits his children how much technology they use at home. He limits it. Then why? Why are we not limiting our children on these devices? Why are we just giving it to them and letting them go rampant? Think about that. Here it is. Any special reason? According to Walter Isaacson, the author of Steve Jobs' biography, the family focused more on history or reading. Walter interacts with the Jobs and explains. Every night, Steve insists on dining at the big kitchen table, talking about books, history, and a variety of other things. Nobody ever took out an iPad or a computer. The kids didn't seem addicted to the device. Well, guess what? It's not only Steve Jobs. Okay? A large number of CEOs and prominent figures of Silicon Valley company significantly reduced the time their children spent in contact with technology. For example, Bill Gates. Bill Gates did not give his children cell phone until they were 14 years old. In addition, its use was prohibited during lunch, dinner, and before sleeping. Think about that. According to the author of the book, Screen School, and several former employees of the technology company, when used compulsively, it ends creativity and limits social relationships. Ooh, let me read that to you again. According to the author of the book, Screen Schooled, okay, when technology is used compulsively, it ends creativity and limits social relationships. Man, I remember when we were young, where our parents would tell us to go outside, go play with your friends, go find your friends, go ride bikes. We're always outside. We're always outside doing something, playing with our friends, going for a bike, getting in trouble outside, playing soccer, playing football, just organizing games. We were just so creative. But now our kids are just playing video games all the time, just playing video games at home. And guess what? Also, when they see their friends, they're socially awkward. They don't know what to say because most of their friends are online. Most of their friends are playing video games with them online. They're socializing, they're talking to their friends through the microphone or through the speaker on their mobile device, or playing video game with their friends. Why? Why are we doing this to our children? Why are we doing this to our kids? When the Creator knows how harmful it is. How harmful it is to let our children be on these devices. It limits creativity and it limits social interaction. So what's the answer? What is the answer? Should we ban smartphones? We'll find out what this school is doing. Watch this.
A new school year means a new routine for students here at Belmont Secondary when it comes to their mobile devices.
You know, they're there to learn.
There's a time and place to use it.
So having a blanket policy that just reminds everybody that's how it is works for me.
According to the guidelines laid out by the school's principal that have been in practice for several years now, students will have to place their cell phones in a container at the front of the class or store them in their bags on silent. In a statement writing, there are no restrictions on cell phone use outside of instructional time, in between classes, breaks, and lunch. Teachers may also schedule technology breaks.
We don't multitask very well. And being distracted by something on your phone, we don't let people drive if they're on their phone. So how is it that they're going to participate in a classroom activity?
This isn't a first. Back in 2019, the Ontario government enacted a province-wide cell phone ban during class time. And just 2 weeks ago, Quebec's education minister said he planned to do the same.
The reason why we want to do it is because we want to help with the concentration of kids.
But here in BC, the government is not following suit.
I would definitely leave it to the teachers and the individual schools to make that decision about the cell phone use.
Experts argue the technology isn't going anywhere, and the best way to deal with that is through education.
Unfortunately, when we think about bans, we don't ban this in our post-secondary classrooms, we don't ban it in our workplaces. So how is it that we expect kids to flip a switch? And if we're not prepared to do that as adults, they shouldn't be prepared to do that as young learners.
There are always exceptions to the rule, and at Belmont, staff will work with students and families who may require individualized planning. But for others, if you have to contact your child during class time, you'll have no choice but to go old school.
Call the office. It's very easy to communicate back and forth.